Okay, so we're going to finally compare Warbot Frontiers before and after the most recent update. I've been waiting to do this for a while now. If you don't know, there was a massive Overhaul update a couple months ago, and a lot of things have changed, some good, some bad, and I want to kind of go through some of the big things, starting with graphics and visuals, hangar, robot movements slash mechanic, and balancing, and maybe just some game UI things as well. So let's start with graphics. If you didn't play before the most recent update, then you only know the version now, but many things were different just a couple months ago. Some of them I'm confused about, some of them I get, and yeah, let's just start from the top. So I'm going to show you guys first a comparison left to right. So this is the Typhon Punisher robot in hangar. So on the left is before the update, on the right is how it is now. Notice right off the bat, the contrast and the lighting of the hangar is very different. But for some reason, I don't know if it's just my opinion, or I think the one on the left looks way more realistic. The robots on the right, I like the hangar look, but something about it looks a lot more cartoonish, and I'm really not a fan of that compared to how it was before. It just looked so much more realistic before. It looked like the robots had like a shine to them. It looked like actual mechanical parts of the robot, versus on the right, now it just has that cartoony look. So now the next thing, this is the Typhon Punisher before, now after the update. Notice a couple things. See the difference in how the robots look. I know they changed some of the colors, but on the left, I'm sorry, but it looks so much more realistic. Like the graphics on the left actually blow me away, and on the right, they're not bad, but they're not what they were before. And another thing is, watch the robot movements. This might be harder to spot if you haven't played before and after the update, but the robot mechanics of how the robots move has been a big focal point for the game so far, because it's obviously a huge part of the game. But on the right, how it is now, the robots seem, I want to say, slower, and the legs tend to glide a lot more. And you'll notice, wait until the robot moves on the right. So on the left, there's a lot of dashing. The legs will speed up with the robot when you're dashing. But see on the right, when you're slowing down, after you dash, you slide. And I absolutely hate that effect, and I hate how it looks. For some reason, I don't know why they changed it, but it was not like that before. And you know, see how it happens? You glide with the Typhon, and then some smoke like kicks up from the ground. That's that gliding mechanic. You'll see it again here. So in the air, and then you land, and then you slide. Absolutely hate it. Don't know why. And then obviously the map, the Mont map before. There's two maps in the game. The one before was very Mars-like, and now it's a similar map, but now it's snow. I don't mind that as much. I kind of like both maps, but it's more that graphic change that kind of annoys me. So here's the other map, Crashsite. I did not put a filter on this. This is maximum graphics with both games, before and after. Tell me the one on the left doesn't look 10 times better than the graphics on the right. See also, somebody explain to me why the Crashsite map on the right looks green. The map has like a green filter over it, and I have no idea why, and it's really annoying. Like, I can't be the only one that thinks the one on the left is way better. Like, look at the subtle details on the back of the robot. It blows me away how good the graphics are. And then on the right, it has this green glaze over the map, and then like this cartoon look to everything, which is a little bit frustrating, just because I feel like they had it nailed down before, and to play devil's advocate, maybe they dialed it back to save like frame rates. That's the only thing I can think of, but it's a little bit annoying. So now we're just back to, this is a full screen of how it was before. And I really liked a lot of the things before the update, and some of them have been changed. So I know one big thing is the armor. Now if you're firing at a robot, armor and health are kind of integrated together, as before you had to take down their armor and then go into their health. And I don't mind that change. I guess it's a bit more simplified for players, for new players. But yeah, just, I don't know, like the graphics are blowing me away right now on this older version of the game. And yeah, so Mont map as well, I already mentioned. The maps themselves, I don't mind the changes on the snow Mont map going to like a snow version, but it's more the details that I kind of don't understand. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the mini-map. This is how the mini-map looks now in the game, okay? It looks, I'm just going to say, kind of crappy. Like, this looks, it doesn't look great. It's kind of messy. It's kind of annoying. I often drop in the wrong robot because you have to, like, double-click something. And how it was before, you can say it's simplified, but, like, this is how it looked before, and I really liked how simple it was. You just click the spot, click the robot, and that's it. Now it's like too many details, too many graphics. Simplicity is sometimes a good thing, and I think maybe over the update, they kind of overlooked that part of the game. So now the UI has stayed mostly the same, which I am a fan of. You'll notice that, like, when you hit your modules before... Actually, before we get to that, I'll put up what these scoreboards look like now. Once again, I don't know why they changed it. On the right side is how it was before. And then on the left side, how it is now. I don't understand why they changed the look of the scoreboards. Like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Yeah, it just seems more complicated now. It's harder to kind of understand. I played a lot of games before and after the update, and sometimes I'm still looking at the scoreboards being like, wait, what score did I get? Who came in first? Yeah, this is another example. This Matriarch Titan before the update looks unbelievable in my opinion. This is the highest graphics setting in the game. And I'm sorry, I do not see a whole lot of mech games with this level of graphics, and I just can't understand why they dialed it back this much. And yeah, it kind of frustrates me. But yeah, let's just go through. This is a game before the update, and let's just appreciate this. So we're down 29 to 60% here, getting this beacon. And now, with regards to the balance changes, that's one thing I'm not as frustrated about. Is there was a huge amount of robot and weapon balance changes over the update. If you remember, the Ravana did come to the game, but they made some things weaker. Like, the list is so long. They pretty much rebalanced every weapon and robot in the game, and I think it was pretty good for the most part. I'm not that mad about it. I feel like balancing a game is kind of just an endless chase. As long as they keep it free to play and, you know, new things aren't overpowered, I think we're headed in the right direction, and I'm very happy about that. My honest opinion is, I feel like Warbot Frontiers has insane potential. I've never played a PvP not War Robots game, a PvP mech game with this level of graphics. Even though some of the mechanics could use some work, like the graphics, stacked up with the gameplay, it's pretty amazing, and I think the potential is insane. It could really blow up in the future. That being said, I just don't understand why some things were changed when they really didn't need to be. One thing you'll notice is the Matriarch shotguns. You'll see how insane they are right here when I was playing with them. They definitely have been nerfed back. That's probably a good thing. I do actually think the bots in the game, and there's a lot of bots right now. There's actually the player base is a lot smaller than you think, but it's also in the beta version of the game, so it's kind of not a good indication of how it's going to be in the future. See that mini-map? Super simple, very easy to understand, and yeah, and also notice I'm not getting constant F1 prompts to like check out all the controls. You don't need that every battle. And then in terms of the roadmap, I'm not sure if they've actually updated the roadmap, but I don't see... A lot of people are always asking when the PlayStation versus Xbox version of the game is going to come out, and they're definitely going to do it in the future, but I haven't seen any updates. But maybe in the future I should do a comparison of like War Robots versus Warbot Frontiers, but honestly they can't really be compared. It's like sure some of the robots and weapons are the same name, but it's a completely different game, and you can't really compare them when one cannot run on 99% of mobile devices. Especially on the higher end of frame rates and graphics. And actually, I don't even remember. Okay, so I'm actually looking here. I can't even remember playing this game. So we're down 51 to 83. Did we pull off the comeback here? Man, it makes me frustrated how good the graphics. Look at these graphics. These graphics were perfect, and I don't know why they changed them. Why would they change these flawless graphics? Somebody give me answers. Somebody give me answers. But let's just sum everything up. So graphics and visuals, I think, were a bad change. I am not a fan, and I think they should revert things back to how they were. Unless there was some huge underlying problem that we did not know about, let's get those old graphics back, because I think they look way better. The mechanics of the robots as well, the robot movement, I think are worse now. I like them. I know people complained before and after the update, but I thought they were better before. There seemed to be more control, and I really don't like the gliding effect feeling when you're moving robots around. The hangar, I don't mind. I know they're trying to make, they put a big emphasis on the hangar to try to make it feel more immersive with the lighting and whatnot. I don't mind that, but I think they should make an option to when you overview the robot, make the lighting better so you can see every part of the robot, because right now the lighting's almost too dark when you do that, and you can't even see like the pilot or the weapons you're running. And then lastly, the balancing, as I said, I think the balancing was overall done pretty well. There's nothing that I'm like is crazy overpowered in the game. Maybe some things are too weak, but like I said, balancing is kind of an endless chase of trying to perfect the game. And as long as they don't make new content of the game overpowered, and you know we have that crazy new equipment power creep, and I think we're going to be okay. Okay, now just finishing up. We're up 89 to 83%. I guess did we pull off this comeback? The Fowler are still pretty effective in the after the update as well, so keep that in mind. And as far as I know, a lot of people have also asked me, when the full game releases, I still think that you lose all your progress before from the beta version. So whatever progress you have now, I'm pretty sure you're going to lose that progress when the game fully releases. But hopefully they make some cool like Founders skin or something for players that got the game early, because I feel like we deserve it for testing things out and laying down the groundwork for the game. So last thing, see how it used to say victory and now winners, mech stats, and super clean, super simplistic. Okay, so maybe the developers will watch this game, maybe not, but let me know in the comments what you guys think is good versus before the update versus bad now, or vice versa. And that's it. Peace out, lasagna.